All right, so more ice bath stories. Today I was going to talk about most of my ink, most of my tattoos. I got all of them pretty much while I was incarcerated. Got my leg. I did all of my legs myself actually when I was in federal prison, and then I had almost my sleeves done by the time I went to the feds. I've had some things on my stomach and stuff like that, but pretty much all my ink was done while I was incarcerated. Some of the ways people are doing things, like within the feds, they're coming up with machines. There's two popular kind of machines. One is called like a fat boy or a pancake, and that's like a small circle, looks like a pancake, and those come from like a hard drive from a computer. They also come from like a DVD player, or they may even had come from like an old CD Discman or something like that. And so the other one that's kind of popular is like a Jolly Rancher that looks like in the shape of a Jolly Rancher and has a little spindle on one of the long sides, the cylinder side of it. So those are the two kind of motors that you have mostly in prison or jail. It's hard to come by those in jail. A lot of the time in jail, people are doing what do you call that? Picking work, picked. Well, they'll take a staple, sharpen a point on the staple, tie it to a pencil or insert it into a pencil somehow, and then just do everything dot work, dot, 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 dot. Then what you're doing, like, so if you have a machine, you'll go ahead and get like maybe like a tweezer, or you can use the cap from like a Bic pen, and they'll go ahead and use that as like a holder and get that fastened onto the motor. Then at that point you'll get like a tick. You also want, like, a Bic pen, and you'll cut the tube in half. So it's and then what you're using for a needle usually will be, if you can get your hands on like G string from a guitar, or they're using a spring from a gel pen. Those are thick enough that will actually work pretty good. So you straighten out the wire or the guitar string. You use that, thread it through. You'll also have, like, from the ink part of the pen, the little tip, and you'll use that as they call like a hummingbird, and that will kind of hold the needle in place. Once you kind of fashion that all together, you have guys that fix radios, little kind of electrician guys. They'll go ahead and wire up the motor to, you'll run like a battery pack. They'll create a little battery pack, and batteries you can get from commissary. Or if not, guys are taking them out of clocks when they go to class and silly stuff like that. So there you go. You have your motor, have your battery pack, you're up and running. What they're doing for ink, you'll get baby oil, and you'll use an apple, or if you can get a can, you cut the can in half, use a razor blade, and with the oil you create a wick. You get that lit through other numerous ways, and you can set that inside of like a paper bag. Guys set that inside of a locker, and the soot that comes off of that there then can be scraped, put into a bag, and you mix it with maybe like a little drop of shampoo and some water. Then you got to mush it around, make the right consistency, and then there you have your ink. So that's pretty much how guys are getting that done. Ink's usually the part you want to be focused on, and guys are making sure you're using clean needles all the time. That way you're not getting like Hep C or anything like that. So those are the most common ways. Like I said, I got most of my ink done while I was locked up. I did pretty much all of my legs myself, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump out 5 minutes, so it's enough time in the ice bath. Tune in for more stories.